Welcome to another episode of the BWP Micro Series. For those of you who don't know what we do, we basically are a youth empowerment forum, and we're here to engage different people with their different stories so that the youth can learn from it. Today we have an old friend of mine who, funny enough, I met in a bank because she was helping manage my account. Very diligent worker, and she's here to share her experience with us. Pokua, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, so for our audience out there, why don't you enlighten us a little bit about who Pokua is?
Okay. Pukwa is a girl. Pukwa is a girl who finished University of Ghana. Yeah, I read political science. Then after, I had my national service at one of the banks. It's a prestigious bank in Ghana here. Yes.
So the
So
bank. Let's talk about the bank. Let's talk about your national service experience. What is it that you were expecting when you were about to start your national service?
well, I heard working in the bank was tough. It was stressful. So I was expecting it and I got it too. So I wasn't surprised or anything. Yeah.
Can you run us through what your regular routines used to be like?
Okay, I worked as a teller for 6 months and then I worked as a customer service officer for another 6 months. So with a bank job, you're supposed to report to work by 7:30. You should be at work, you should set up and all those kind of things. You have to be on point because immediately the bank opens, people just start rushing in. It's like people are waiting. You have to be on point. You have to have like the right attitude. You don't have to entertain like negative emotions. Even if you have like problems, you try to fake. Yes, you have to fake some positive emotions, else it's you take it on to your customers, and which is like very bad. Yes, and it's not helpful overall. Yeah.
Walk us through your thought process. Just out of school, you went to Legon, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just out of school, national service. You've never really actually worked. You're in this place. You have to come to work early, and I understand sometimes you could stay as late as 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Wow. Tell me what was going on through your mind. How you were able to motivate yourself to wake up every morning, make sure you're not late, work hard. What was driving you?
Well, even though I didn't like going to the bank before, working there, I just had like, I developed this passion for it. I just liked making people happy at the end of the day. I mean, you talk to people from all walks of life, talk to people who are like rich, poor, people who have like a lot of things to, I mean, they have good things to offer to you, people who are negative, people who are positive, and in all it's enjoyable. So I think at the end of everything, even though I was spending a lot of like time there, I didn't have my social life, I lost my social life, I couldn't even talk to my friends anymore, they were all complaining. It's because I had passion for it. I enjoyed what I was doing. That was what was driving me. At the end of the day, people were happy, and that's what's just like motivates me just to see people happy. It's,
Let's be honest. You that happiness when you solve a person's problem, it gives you some sort of natural high, right?
yeah,
It makes it all worth it, right?
yeah. Yes, I didn't think I was able to like do something. Like I didn't think I had like that potential. So working in the bank brought a whole lot of things out of me. I mean, you have to combine stress and then discipline and then other people like, I mean, working with workers, people with different attitudes, customers with different attitudes, and being disciplined, trying to remember a whole lot of things. I mean, sometimes you do this transaction, and a month later, you are supposed to remember what you did because there's this issue about it. And it's like your brain, body, every part of you is working, is on the go, and it's fun. I mean,
Wow.
You're not lazy. It's fun. You feel human.
Wow.
Yes, which is fun.
It seems like a lot of experiences all boiled into one.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about, I mean, because at least the few times I visited the bank, it seemed like you were the one that um, helped me out or helped position me. And I kind of got the feeling that you were given a lot of responsibilities. How do you think you earned that?
Well, I my branch manager, my manager, she earned some trust in me because I think when I entered into the banking sector, I had this problem with forgetfulness. And you can't work in the bank if you're forgetful. It's not allowed. So what I used to do was any transaction I did, I had to memorize everything on it. Okay, I did this for this and this company or this account with this amount, and I did this. I memorized it. I had to go that extra mile to fit in. Okay, so because of that extra effort I was putting in, she realized everything. So even if she had to do something, if she had to remember this transaction maybe 2 months ago, she'll call me, oh, Pokia, this and this and this. And I'll say, okay, this is what happened. And then we go back into it because banking is all about trying to like connect this and this. You connect a whole lot of like stories before you can, because there's always like one problem or the other that you have to like solve always. So it's like you always have to be on your toes. Your senses has to be right. That's what I'm saying. You don't entertain any negative thoughts. When you're coming from the house and you are like emotionally down, you drop it like at the doorstep, and then when you come in, you're positive. You have to like fake it, and then eventually you just get used to it. When anytime I enter the bank, I had this like positive acting. I felt at home. I loved it at the end.
Customer service. Can you walk us through it from your impression from working in the bank now? How would you describe customer service? What is it supposed to be like?
Well, bank job is just dealing with customers. I mean, customer is priority. And where I was working, the customer, I mean, how you treat your customer is so important. They don't joke with it. And with customer service, for instance, I'm somebody before I didn't have like tolerance. And if you don't have like patience, if you don't have like high tolerance for people, don't work, don't work with customer service unless you're willing to change. You can't sit there and then act on emotions. I'm talking about emotion, because you can't work with people depending on your emotions. Somebody comes from somewhere and the person is angry, the person is sad, the person comes to talk to you anyhow, and you're supposed to smile, you're supposed to keep that smile, you're supposed to make the customer happy at the end of the day, you're supposed to solve the person's problem. And it's not easy. I mean, you're supposed to know your job to even that. You're supposed to know what you're about in the bank. You're supposed to know how how the bank goes about their stuff. You're supposed to know how to deal with people. It's like a whole lot of stuff like on one plate. You have to do all these kind of things just to make one person happy. Because if that person is unhappy, you lose the person, and it's against you. I mean, you didn't reach whatever targets you wanted to do. And then the aim is to make everybody happy, to make everybody satisfied. So it's just going that extra mile.
So, to the audience out there, as somebody who just completed her national service, as somebody who just finished working in a bank, as somebody who's gone through these changes, first of all, I'd like to know what are the benefits you derived from this experience, and what advice would you like to give our audience out there?
Okay, working in the bank, I learned a lot. I mean, I've worked at different places, but I enjoyed the banking sector the most. I mean, you put all your potentials, everything is at work, everything you've learned in the course of your life comes to play. It helps you to be disciplined, it helps you to be alert, it helps you to be able to deal with people. And you gather like a whole lot of like characteristics that you use like not only in the bank but when you start maybe your own thing. I mean, you can use it everywhere. So What was I even
Your
saying?
advice to the audience out
My
there?
advice, yes, my advice to the audience, anyone who wants to go into banking or not just banking, anything, I would just suggest that you should know what you're doing. You shouldn't complain too much. I mean, wherever you find yourself, you should just try to adjust yourself to fit in. You should look at the problem, look at whatever challenge it is, and see how you can see what strategies you can use, you can see whatever you can do to just fit into and then stand out and make a difference at the end of the day so that when you go, you'll be remembered. Oh, when people come, they'll go, oh, wait, okay, right now I know as I've left the bank because of the way whatever I used to do there, not only just hard working, because it's not all about hard working, it's about how you work the product, whatever comes out at the end of the day. That's what, because people can work hard. I mean, those laborers, the cement, they work hard, they work extra hard, but excuse me to say, they don't really add to, I mean, they add up, but it's not so much. So it's about what you add to the bank, what you give at the end of the day. So I mean, it's all about trying to adjust yourself,
Trying to find
strategize.
a proper place to let it all balance
Yes,
out.
yes.
Well, it's been awesome having you on the show, Pokua.
Thank you.
I hope we can interact with you again, and I wish you luck. And
Look into the camera.
I wish you luck as you progress,
Yes.
forward. Okay. Well, folks, it's been another episode of the BWP Micro Series, and we hope to engage with you again. Thank you.
Thank you.